was solving questions on surface areas and volumes, particularly problems dealing with law of conservation of volume. Today, I will be solving question number 7 and 9, then I will move on to the next section, that is Frustum. Question number 7. You have a solid object which has sand in it, like this. Solid object is in the form of cylinder whose dimensions are 32 and 18 in centimeters. The radius is given as 18 centimeters and the height of the cylinder is given as 32 centimeters. Now there is sand in it, and it is poured out on the ground. It will form a heap in the form of cone, like this. Right? It's poured on the ground, it will form a heap like this. It has dimensions like this, of 24 centimeters as height, and we have to find out radius r, and the slant length. L is question mark, L and R are the question marks. From the law of conservation of volume, you know that the volume of the cylinder will be equal to volume of the cone. Nothing is changed except the shapes. Now sand had taken the shape of cylinder before, now it has taken the shape of cone. Now let's write the formula for both of the volumes of the cylinder and cone. Pi into r square into h will give me volume of cylinder. R is 18, so write 18 into 18 into h is 32 centimeters is equal to, here volume of the cone is given by 1 by 3 pi r square into h. 1 by 3 pi r square h. R is unknown, L is unknown. We have to find out R and L. So R square, height is known here. Height is 24 centimeters. I have told you before. It's 24 centimeters. Pi and pi goes in the left hand side as well as right hand side. You have here 3 times 8. Cancel out whichever terms possible to make the calculation simple. And this is 18 into 18 into 32 upon just 8 here. 8. So I can write 2 into 2 into 2. Why am I writing as or you can just write it as 8 only. This is equal to r square. This whole term goes with 32 to give 4 because 8 times 4 is 32. Now what do you have? R square equal to 18 into 18 into 4. R square equal to 18 into 18 into 4. If I remove the square, it will be under root. But instead of that, I'll do this. I know 18 times 18 can be written as 18 square. And 4 is a perfect square, so write it in the perfect square form, that is 2 square. This is r square. Now remove the squares and take under root on both the sides. So r is equal to 18 into 2. 2 goes out everywhere. So this is equal to 36 centimeter. Now just half the problem is solved. You also have to find L, which is slant height of the cone. Slant height is given by L square is equal to r square plus h square. R is given, R is we have found out which is 36 square. Height is 24 square from here. So write 24 square. Now this is whole root is here. Let's find out 36 square and 24 square separately here. This part in these boxes is R for R. So 24 or first is 36 square. 6 square is 36. Write 6 here. Take carry forward 3. Multiply these two digits and then multiply the result by 2. I'll repeat. I am taking 6 square as 36. Taking 3 out and writing separately and taking that as carry forward. What am I doing next is I am multiplying these two digits and I am multiplying that by 2. So 3 into 6 is 18. 18 into 2 is 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. So 39 from the next set. Take 9 out of it and place here. The next carry forward is 3. Now square 3 and add that to 3. 3 square is 9 plus 3 is 12. Simple. It can be done in mind. Just to confirm this, if this is, since this is new method for you guys, I'll just show you. 36 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 carry forward 3. 6 into 3 is 18 plus 3 is 21. Plus 36 times 3 is 108. So 6, this is 9, 2, 1. In exam, you can solve a lot of time by doing this calculation in mind. 36 square is equal to 1296. Let's do for 24 square. I don't want to do this because I know the tables up to 25. 24 square is 576. So this is equal to square root of 1296, that is 1296, plus 576. Let's add the two numbers. You have 1296 plus 576. 6 times 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry forward 1. 9 plus 1 10 plus 7 17. Carry forward 1. 5 6 7 8. 1872. That is sum. This is equal to square root of 1872. Now we have to simplify this to bring it to the simplest form. To do that, let's factorize this 1872. I am factorizing 1872. This whole number divides by 2. That is because the last digit is 2, so it divides by 2. It also divides by 4, but I am not going to take 4 because we have to take only prime numbers. So 2, 3. Now this number is also divisible by 3 because the sum of the whole 4 digits is divisible by 3. So therefore I will take 3 as first factor. 3 6 are 18. Then you have 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 1 carry, 3 4s are 12. I will repeat. I did not take 2 in the first place because 3 was divisible and we can only take prime numbers as factors when we are writing this number in terms of prime factors. 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 4 12. Again this number divides by 3. This number divides 3. So again factor it using 3. So 3 2s are 6. Then you have 3 times 8 is 24. Do not write 8 here. When you have two digits coming together, place 0 here. Place 0 between. 3 2s are 6 and 3 zeros are, you have to place the 0 here, and 3 8 is 24. Now this number does not divide 3 because the sum is not divisible. Sum of the digit is not divisible by 3, so it does not divide 3. So you go ahead and take 2, right? So you have 2 1s are 2, 0, 2 4s are 8. Again this divides 2, this number divides 2, 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4. Can I write 52 as 13 times 4, or I'll take 2 times, because this divides by 2, it's 26. This is 2 times 13, 13 times 1. Now count the powers. 3 will be raised to 2. There are 2 3s, and 2 will be raised to power 4 because there are 4 2s. So this is multiplied by 2 raised to 4, and 13 remains. 13 remains. Now this term will be written under the root, because 1872 is equal to product of these numbers, product of these factors, which are, that is prime factors. So I'll just write under root. 3 square and 2 power 4 can be written like this. 3 square raised to power 1 by 2. I am raising the root, that is root is nothing but, under root is nothing but equal to some terms raised to power 1 by 2. So this is into 2 raised to 4 raised to 1 by 2 multiplied by 13. This is equal to 2 goes out here, 2 is 4, 2 to the 4. So this is 3 into 4 root 13, that is 12 root 13 is the answer. That is L, the slant length is 12 root 13 centimeters. I'll repeat this problem again. This problem is easy, but the problem here is dealing with calculations. You should know the tricks when and where to apply which method. Here you had a cylinder filled with sand, and this sand was just poured out on solid ground, just plain ground, to form a heap like this, and its height was given as 24 centimeters, and the radius and L, that slant length, where you are asked to find out radius and slant length and radius. Volume of conservation, you have pi r square h as volume of cylinder and 1 by 3 pi r square into h as volume of cone. We substitute the values and we found out r first here as 36 centimeters. We found out r first because we needed to find r first, because L is dependent on r. Without finding r first you cannot find L. So therefore L square is r square plus h square. After finding r, we have found out L, which is under root of 1872, that is 1872, and we simplified to get this answer. Main part here is shortcut is this shortcut, 36 square. How to find out 36 square? How to find out square of any given 2-digit number? This is 2-digit number. Square will be 1296. Please you try at home try this for 24 by using the same method.
Choose the right kindergarten, a right bag, and matching bottle to go with. The right school, the right friends. Choose the right subjects and score well. Be an expert in all. The right teacher, and make sure that they like you. Choose the right timing, the right bus, and take a cab if getting late. The right train, and don't stand near the gates. Mind the pockets. Better get into ladies' compartment, and make sure your mustache hasn't started coming. Choose the right study time and forget games. IPL, IHL, rock and metal, guitar, axe. The right group, and be a model to your brother. Seriously. Choose the right syllabus, the right test paper. Keep guessing questions for exams. Choose the right branch, the right college, the right stream. Choose the right career. Lucky to have a father's business to take care of and a father to allow that. The right counselor, the right form, and make sure the project is submitted on time. Choose the right website and rely on your friends for more information. Oblivious of the sites they have been to, there is no end to your woes. Getting better With every step you climb up the ladder, the summer vacation's shorter, the bucket list bigger, the night darker, the books heavier. The only light you have is your friends ahead of you. Probably he is right. Ever thought how he got the direction? No more spending your energy and money on coaching classes. No more missing classes for rain, rally, and nonsense. Get your interest back in subjects through our creative ways of teaching. Doubts, concepts, applications, all explained through one vibrant animation. Subjects covered by multiple teachers with repeat telecasts. Special programs only for basic foundation and paper analysis. Personality development, career counseling, admissions, hobbies, all covered. A new approach to study with long-term perspective. So sit back comfortably in your homes and watch Study Spectrum TV channel.
Next question, number 9 from exercise 13.3. In this question, a farmer connects a canal to a tank. The diameter of the canal is given as 20 centimeters. Now this diameter is inner diameter. This is inner diameter. And the diameter of the tank is given as 10 meters. And the depth is 2 meters. To maintain the dimensional consistency, this is 2 meters. This should look wider because 10 is greater than 2. So 10. Two-meter deep and 10-meter wide tank. You got 2-meter deep and 10-meter wide tank. From the canal, water flows into the tank at the rate of 3 km per hour. Water is flowing here. Water is flowing at the rate of 3 km per hour inside the tank. What you are asked to find out is, you are asked to find out the time taken to fill the entire tank. Time taken to fill the tank. Now since the depth and the width of a tank is in meters, I will try to convert all the dimensions in meters. So therefore you have, this is equal to, I'll convert this in terms of meters. 3 kilometers by 1000. So this is 3 into 1000 by 3600. Because 1 hour is 3600 seconds or 3600 seconds. If you ask how, this is how. 1 hour is how many minutes? 60 minutes. Right? 1 hour is 60 minutes. And this is multiplied by 60 to give in terms of seconds. Because 1 minute again is 60 seconds. So this is 3600. These two cancel, those two cancel. 3 12s are. This is 5 times 2 is 10, or 2 5s are 10, and 2 6s are 2. 5 by 6 meters per second. Meters per second. Now, let me also keep this term in meters per minute. So how will I do that? Just multiply this by 60. Right? So this is also equal to 5 by 6 into 60 for now. Maybe I'll require it later in minutes. Meters per minute. So this is equal to 50 meters per minute. What you have to understand here is the volume of water that flows from the canal inside the tank at any given time will be equal. The volume flowing and volume accumulating inside the tank is equal. So let me first write volume of water that flows inside the tank. This formula you might not have come across before. Velocity is equal to area of cross section of the canal multiplied by speed or the velocity of the water that is flowing. That gives me volume of the water flowing inside. You have to remember this. So volume of the water that flows equal to area of cross section is pi r square. So write pi. Radius, I know inner diameter, you cannot take 20. If you do that, the whole problem goes wrong. 20 by 2 is inner radius. 20 by 2 is equal to 10 centimeters. Remember, I was trying to convert in terms of meters before. So I'll convert this as well. This is equal to 0.1 meters. How? 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100, or centi is equal to the prefix centi. Prefix centi 10 raised to minus 2. Milli 10 raised to minus 3. There are many such prefixes. You have already learned this. So therefore, you have inner radius as 0.1 meters. So pi into r square, if I square 0.1 whole square, this is going to be 0.01, and the speed is 50. Either you can take 50 meters per minute or you can take 5 by 6 meters per second. Try to avoid fractions. Fractions are headache. So take 50. So this is equal to pi into 0.01 into 50. This is volume. Now this was in terms of per minute, which means that the volume of water that was flowing inside was only for per minute. We do not know for n minutes or t minutes. So let me say for t minutes it is t. Then you multiply that by t. We do not know like how much time it takes to fill the entire tank, right? So we just take t. So volume is equal to, this is multiplied by t. So pi. Now if I am multiplying 0.01 and 50, you will have this as 50 by 100. Just remove this and divide it by 100, because 1 by 100 is equal to 0.01. So this will be 5 by 10. It will be 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. The fractions. 1 by 2, 0.5. You have to remember these fractions. Then 4 by 4 next. So this is 1 by 2 is 0.5. I said I am multiplying by t because it takes t minutes. We do not know how much time it takes to fill the entire tank. So I am assuming that it takes t minutes to fill the entire tank. So therefore pi into 0.5 into t. Now this will be equal to, like I said before, the volume of at any given time, the volume of water that flows into the tank from the canal will be equal. So volume of water inside the canal flowing at any given point is equal to volume of water containing, volume of water accumulating in the tank. So volume of water when it fills, this is going to be pi r square into h, the volume of the cylinder. This is in the shape of cylinder. Diameter is given and you have your depth is given. So height is given, diameter is given. we just substitute and get the value. So therefore this is equal to pi r square into h. R is half square, the half of 10 is 5. So 5 square is 25 into h is, the depth is 2. So pi cancel both sides, and therefore this is equal to t is equal to 25 into 2, and now I am writing 0.5 is 1 by 2 here. See, based on the circumstances, you convert decimal to fraction, decimal to rational part, or rational part to fraction part, decimal part. This is equal to 25 into 2 into 2. T is equal to 25 into 4 is 100. This is in terms of minutes. Why? Because I have considered velocity in terms of meters per minute. So final answer will also be in terms of minute. I'll just quickly tell you how we arrived at this answer. This might be a little difficult problem. You have a canal here. From the canal, the farmer is filling the tank with the water. The dimensions of the tank are given as 10 by 2, and the inner diameter of the canal is given as 20 centimeters. And the water is flowing at the rate of 3 kilometers per hour. I have converted 3 kilometers per hour in terms of meters per second and meters per minute just for now, because maybe I will require either of these two values. So 3 into kilo stands for 1000, so I have taken 1000 here, divided by hour is 3600 seconds. So 1 hour is 60 minutes into 60 seconds, which is 3600. So when you do that, you will have 5 by 6 meters per second as velocity in terms of meters per second. Now here I have converted this meters per second in terms of meters per minute just by multiplying 60, because 1 by s, or fraction of a second, one reciprocal of just 1 second gives me 60 minutes. This is like this: 60 minutes, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1 minute is 60 seconds. Now divide both left hand side as well as right hand side by 60. You have 1 by 60 equal to 1 second. Now this is in terms of minute, mind you. So therefore this is in terms of minute. So 1 by 60th minute is 1 second. So therefore multiply this by 60. I hope you understood. So therefore this will be 1 by 1 second is equal to 60. You had 60 seconds in the denominator. I have replaced 1 by s by 60 minutes. 60 minutes. And then you have 6 into time 60, and you have 5 into 10 50 meters per minute. The next concept here is the volume of water that flows into canal will be accumulating in the tank. So volume here will be equal to volume here after filling the tank after t minutes. So volume is given by area of cross section of the canal, that is pi r square, because cross section of the canal is assumed, or it is, when its diameter is given, it is understood that area of the cross section is circular. So pi r square, that is pi into half the diameter is 10, converted into meters, because all the units are converted in terms of meters. 0.1 square into speed is 50 meters per minute. So this is equal to, cancel out, you have here 0.5. This will be equal to 0.5 pi, velocity meters per minute. Now for this volume of water that was flowing in was for 1 minute. In 1 minute it flowed this amount of volume flowed. So in t, if it takes t minutes to fill the entire tank, just multiply that by t and equate it to volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square into h. Pi r square is nothing but half of the diameter square. Half the diameter is 10 by half the diameter is 5. So 5 square is 25. So where is 25? 25. That is pi r square into h, that is depth is 2 meters. So therefore you have 1 by 5 written as 1.2, 1 by 2, and then t 25 taken off, and then t is equal to 100 minutes.